Happy President's Day. We all have the day off, so I thought, what a perfect time to freeze dry some candy and to do a little bit of experimentation. High chews are definitely one of my customers' most requested candies for me to make. So that is what I'm doing today, but I'm gonna try it in a new way. Normally, I just unwrap these, freeze dry them whole. They puff up a bit and they're crunchy and delicious, but they are kind of hard. They're a hard texture when you first bite into it, but after you get through that first bite, they like melt in your mouth and become delicious. I'm going to try a hack that I did with Starburst in a previous video, which I will link up here for you to see. I'm gonna try that same hack on my high chews, which is pre-warming them in the oven before putting them into the freeze dryer. I will show you the exact step-by-step process that I do to make the high chews, including how I package them up and all of that fun stuff. And we of course will have to do a taste test to see how we like them. This method of pre-warming the candy in the oven before putting it in the freeze dryer helps the candy to puff up more and become a little more airy. And because of that, I'm gonna cut the high chews in half. Just they're easier to package if they're not quite so big. So I'm gonna try it that way. Usually, like I said before, I do my high chews whole, but my hope is that the oven warming method is gonna make them puff up bigger. So cutting them in half first is just what I'm gonna try out today. So let's get these all unwrapped, cut, and then I'll show you the next step. I'm first gonna line my trays with my parchment paper that I got from Amazon. If you remember, they're pre-cut to the perfect size of my tray, and they just make life so much easier. If you want these, I'll have them linked in the video description. They are just from Amazon. Here are all of my high chews. High chews definitely have a lot more prep work than like Skittles or something that you can just dump on the tray. I use this tool. It's a PVC pipe cutter. This is what I use to cut my candies. It cuts great for high chews, and also it cuts through Jolly Ranchers in just one little snap. I purchased this at Lowe's, but I have found similar ones on Amazon that I will link if you prefer to have something just sent to your house. So here's my plan. I'm gonna take my trays upstairs to my kitchen. I'm gonna warm them in the oven at 225 degrees for about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna watch for the high chews to start getting a little bit melty. You don't want them fully melted, but you do wanna get them warm and a little melty. I hopefully will not mess up my nice organized candies on my way up. I am gonna use my Harvest Right tray lid so I could stack them and take them in one go. For my freeze dryer, I am going to get it into candy mode, set it for 4 hours, hit start. It's gonna do the 15-minute cool down period. And then before I put any candy in here, I am gonna select warm trays, and I am just gonna put it on for like 20 minutes. Because when these come out of the oven, I want this to already have warm shelves for me to put my trays onto. So that way they're not getting cold and hardening back up before going into the freeze dryer. Does that make sense? I learned this from some freeze-dried candy makers, and I'm hoping that it works out. All right, here at my screen, I'm gonna go into Customize, and these settings can all be zeroed out, but when you hit candy mode, it skips that anyway, so you really don't need to hit zeros on that, but some people like to. I'm gonna go all the way up to 150 degrees and 4 hours. I'm gonna hit save and start. Now wait our 15 minutes. I have my candy upstairs. This is gonna cool down for 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna be able to select warm the trays. So I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes or so before putting my candies into the oven upstairs, because that's gonna take about 10 minutes. By the time I get back down here to set my warming, I think the timing will all work out. So we will see. I'll meet you upstairs to put those in the oven. I just ran downstairs because my freeze dryer finished its 15-minute cool down. So I selected candy process. Sorry, I didn't film this part. Forgot to bring my camera. There's a little toggle button you need to press for candy process to be turned on. I hit close my drain valve, you press continue, and then it asks to warm trays. You hit start. I increased the time to like 15 minutes. And so before the time's up, my candy will be ready out of the oven and we can do the switcheroo. I just checked my freeze dryer. The shelves are at temp, 150 degrees. These have been in the oven about 10 minutes and I can take them out now and I will show you kind of the consistency we're going for. You can see that they kind of squish a little when you poke them. That gave it a little bit of a meltiness. So I have all my candies in here and what I'm gonna do is just take off my warming time like so. And it automatically puts us into our drying cycle. The vacuum pump's turning on and we're gonna see these puff up. We just got back from taking the kids ice skating, which was actually really fun. My youngest kindergartner son, who was like apprehensive about going ice skating, didn't really want to. He loved it. He used one of those little push cart things that help the little kids balance. And he just went around and around a million times and was so cute. If I can find it, I'll add a little bit of footage of our kids ice skating, but it was so fun. It was an indoor ice skating, not outdoor. But our candy is ready to come out of the freeze dryer. Let's check them out. I am just dying at how these turned out. I can't believe how puffy these are. I have never had high chews look like this. I mean, these ones blended together right here. Like, I mean, some of them are just too big, but this looks awesome. They feel light and delicious. I cannot wait to try them. We had a volunteer taste tester. He picked a huge one. It's high chew.
High chew.
Okay, take a bite. Don't make a mess. Really? How does it taste?
Good.
Of course he shoved that whole one in his mouth. I want to try just a smaller one. Ooh. That is heavenly. That's so good. So the ones down here that are like super big, I'm not gonna bother packaging up in my candy bags, but the smaller sized ones are gonna be perfect for freeze-dried candy sale. So that's awesome. I'm gonna package those up. The bigger ones I will just save for us to eat here at home. They are so good. I think maybe I don't need to have them as melty as I did, and they might not puff up quite so big, but they're awesome. I love the texture. It's much better than the way that I was doing it before. Here's how cute they look, all nice and bagged up. I just got to put my labels on it. I have a cute little sticker that goes on this. Freeze-dried candy is good in these Mylar bags for like up to 6 months. I like to use them within a few months for the most part. Normally when I make candy and I sell it, it just sells really fast, so I don't worry about a super long shelf life. I do not put oxygen absorbers in them. I just use my Mylar bags and heat seal them closed, and they last really well. These are super cute and so tasty. I can't wait to offer these. I have to run and take my kids to gymnastics. It's a crazy busy mom day today, but I put all the rest of my high chews in this big bag for me to bag up later. I've already got 3 bags made, but I've got more to do. My extra big guys are right here for us to snack on later. This was so fun. I really am quite surprised at how big those puffed up. You could even cut those into thirds if you do that method, and you would be golden. I may try next time just doing the tray warming for like 15 minutes next time I do this, and just see if they have a similar effect. Maybe I can bypass the whole oven thing and just do warming on the trays, and that might be good enough to get a better puffage than no warming at all. So I love experimenting with freeze-dried candy. I love learning from you guys and others on the internet for new things to try. That's how I found out about this, and I think it's awesome. If you got any hacks for your freeze-dried candy that you want to share with me in the video description and have me demonstrate it on a future video, I would love to hear that. Always looking for new ideas. You guys are some of the best and have shared with me some awesome tips. So thank you always for that. Oh, I also have some moose footage to show you. I love sharing with you guys when we see animal life here around Alaska. Like a street down from us, when we drove home last night, there was a cute young moose just munching on some branches. I think it's crazy that moose can just eat branches. They don't eat, like, they don't have to have leaves and stuff like that. They can just eat the wood. Kind of crazy, but they love it, and it was so cute. It was a young one. It looked like a baby, but we didn't see the mom. Maybe there's usually a mama around somewhere, but I will show that footage too. The moose was so cute. If you are interested in purchasing a freeze dryer to make candy like I am here and all the other amazing things a freeze dryer can do, check out the video description. I have my affiliate link with Harvest right there. And with that, I will catch you all on the next freeze drying adventure. If you got any questions about the high-chew process, drop them in the comments below. Check out my video description for all the links to Harvest Right for freeze dryers and accessories, my Amazon bags. I don't think I mentioned that these Mylar bags I get off Amazon. They're great, fairly inexpensive.